Hi, today's video is going to be taking a look at the Swift digital microscopes that we're going to be using in lab this week and for the rest of the year. When you get your microscope, it should have a bag on it, covering it, a bag with all of the cords attached to it, and this is the way that it'll look when it comes out, and it's the way that it should look coming back in. So we're going to take a look at the microscope. We'll look at some of the features of it and how to use it and how to hook it to the computer and use the software. When you take the cover off of the bag, off of the scope, you should see a scope with a mechanical stage, which if you turn the top of the stage moves it forward and back. If you turn the bottom, it moves it left and right. There is also a slide holder that's spring-loaded so that you can put the slide in, move it back and forth, and never have to touch the slide again until you take it off. Your scope should be on the red lens with the stage all the way down. You're going to use the gray focus to bring things up into focus. The blue one is fine focus for doing that last stage focus. The eyepieces are adjustable to your size head. You can move them in and out. The camera twists 90 degrees so that your partner can see what you're looking at the same time. Sometimes we'll use these with the computer, sometimes we'll use them just as is, and two of you can look on one scope. So your bag will have a power cord for the microscope, a USB that connects the camera to your computer, and a power cord for your camera, which will connect on the opposite side of the USB down to a power strip. So once you get everything unpacked, you can go ahead and plug in your computer, plug in your scope. Your computer should hopefully be running on battery at this point. And whilst one person in the group is doing this, the other person should be logging into the computer so that you can use it when you're ready. So you need to plug in your camera, turn your scope on with the power at the bottom, turn your camera on with the power button right above where the plug goes in. You should see the image looking through the lens in your camera. Open up your microscope, your slide holder. It will spring load and then move and get your subject right where the light is coming up. Use the gray large focus to bring it up close to it, and then your blue is your fine focus to get it right in focus. When you switch powers, you should not have to touch the gray focus again, just the blue fine focus to get it in focus as you go up. You may also need to adjust your lighting. There's a dimmer switch down here, a dimmer dial, and there is a opening on the condenser here, which both can change the amount and the intensity of the light that's coming in. Especially when we're looking at plankton in class, sometimes those clear plankton don't show up so well unless you end up switching the light on them. The USB attaches on the opposite side of the power cord and then will run to your computer. You'll notice when you finally do plug it into your computer that the camera will turn off. To be able to send the image to your computer, you need to, see there it went off, you need to hit the power button on the opposite side over here, and then you'll notice a red light stays on the camera here. If that red light is not on, then your image will not be sent to the computer. Once you have done that, then you're going to open up the Mautic image software, which is this software right here, and this is what you should see when you open up Mautic. To be able to get your images, you're going to click on the capture, and then a new window will pop up, which is your capture window, and it should look like this. So you'll see your image here, and as you move your microscope around, the image on the computer will move around. When you go up in power, you may lose a little resolution and a little focus, and you need to just use your fine focus and get everything back in focus. Find your subject that you want to look at or get a picture of and get it right in the middle of the field of view. When you go up in power, that subject should still be there. And then you just use your blue focus to get it back into focus. Make fine adjustments with your mechanical stage to get it where you want it to take your picture. Then once you have your subject where you want it, you're going to click on the camera button up here, and it won't look like anything has happened. You have to click back to your Mautic, and you'll see you have a still picture right here. So if you open that up and you go over to Edit, you can pick a rectangle. Some of these other ones may or may not work for you, but the rectangle is pretty reliable. So you can pick a rectangle, highlight your subject, and if you copy it, then you can use it anywhere that you want. You can take it and put it into a Word document. So if we open up Word, which on these you're going to have to dig for, it's not right there, and open up a new blank document. If you paste into this document, you then have your picture here, and you can identify it. This is Pluro Sigma, and the nickname we've given it is the Slug. So now that you've got him identified, you can go up and save this into your folder, and then go back in, and you can look around for other organisms to take a picture of, and when you find them, you can even get in closer. If we adjust the lighting a bit, sometimes some of these guys' features will show up a little bit better, like the glass shell or frustule will show up under some lighting and not others. As you go up in power, you'll notice that your slide will get dimmer. You just have to use the dimmer switch and your iris on your condenser to let more light in, and then you can get a nice looking image to take a picture of. And every time that you snap an image on this, it will go into your tray in the other window. So if we snap that picture by clicking on the camera again, we go over here, and your second image is right there. You can also just save these images, and if you go to Save As, you can save it as a JPEG into any folder that you want to be used later, depending on what you want to do with your images. And that's about it for the general use of our microscope. So we will give you written instructions and more verbal instructions in class. Thank you for watching and paying attention. Bye!